We need to be dark workers too. Namaste, this is SuZen, and this is my message from the flow of existence for this week. And the message is, we really need to be dark workers as well as light workers. This idea of only thinking positively and only living in the light is something that we need to be careful about. I think this has actually been around, this suggestion has been around for quite a while now, that somebody should be a light worker. I can't remember, but I remember when I was on my spiritual path, just starting out, I think it was around then in the 90s. However, as we know, we can have a perverse desire to act out agendas which are bad for us. So we think we're going into the light when actually we're acting from the dark within, because we all have dark, we all have shadows, we all have, in Zen we know of it as our dragons, which would be the psychological compulsions that make you act in a certain way out of fear. Well, it sounds great. You want to be in the light. You want to be good. You know, as far as you know, you're acting for the good of all. You work on the assumption that you're working on the side of light. But did you ever really meet a self-confessed dark worker? Well, there are loads of us, actually, and we know that by bringing what is in the dark into the light is part of what is happening now in our spiritual evolution, because for 2,000 years, so much stuff has been pushed into the shadow. Of course, when we're on a spiritual path and we're in our practice and doing what we're supposed to do, following our spiritual laws, we all think we're on the side of the light all the time. But sometimes that means the darkness within us gets a chance to get a hold and scupper our agendas, because it's dwelling in the dark. And we're so full of our belief in the light that we can't see it. I know where it's coming from, because there's a very, very old tradition in yoga, in the path of meditation. You can read it in the books of Vivekananda, you can read it from the Buddha, you can read it from way, way back, 4,000 years ago. It's the practice of opposites. If you're in the light, you can't be in the dark, which means you don't let the dark thoughts get hold of you. However, when we are aware there is something working against us, in our shadow, in what has been put into the dark within us, we need to shed light on it. We all have a negative tendency somewhere in our world, and it's born out of fear. You can do some real healing, and right now, by not worrying or feeling frustrated about what won't work in your world, in your life, in your relationships, but by looking at where an element of darkness exists in your light and filling that with love and light and tenderness and forgiveness and, most of all, acceptance. It doesn't make you an elephant with two heads. It doesn't make you the dragon. It means you dance with your dragon. And as you do that, so then a whole bunch of other things that apparently seem to be hopeless will suddenly start filling themselves right up with hope. And that has a knock-on effect at every level of life, in every way. And that brings some very tangible and very, sometimes unexpected, but delightful results. And then we can dance in the light, having known the shade. So namaste. This is for your healing. Do please check the description box below for links. I may add some links to my blogs there, and of course the social media links are there, and the link for donations. Namaste. Till the next message from Flow.